In 2005, a tip to a tabloid ignited a media firestorm after paparazzi caught Brad and Angelina on a Kenyan beach. But how did the photographers know where to find them? We finally know the answer. Angelina Jolie has always been somewhat of a media enigma. She's one of the biggest stars in the world and has managed to land herself on pretty much every magazine cover ever, yet doesn't seem to make too much of a habit about speaking to the press about her private life. Of course, one thing that really made her tabloid fodder is her notorious romance with Brad Pitt, with the two meeting on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith while Pitt was still married to his first wife, Jennifer Aniston. The global media had a field day when it came to speculating what, if anything, went on between the two on the set, with Jolie claiming nothing really happened until they'd finished shooting. She told Vogue in 2007, "It took until really the end of the shoot for us, I think, to realize that it might mean something more than we'd earlier allowed ourselves to believe, and both knowing that the reality of that was a big thing, something that was going to take a lot of serious consideration." She then went on to tell the New York Times of her kids seeing Mr. and Mrs. Smith, saying, "Not a lot of people get to see a movie where their parents fell in love."
That's marriage, right?
Yeah, you take your best shot.
You may remember that Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were at the center of a media frenzy in 2005 amid the release of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Things only got crazier when they were snapped spending quality time together with her children. For those who don't remember, Us Weekly got the scoop that Pitt and Jolie were properly dating by publishing candid photos of the two at the beach in Kenya with Maddox. An insider even dished on what they saw, claiming it was obvious Pitt had developed a close bond with Jolie's little boy, and he and Jolie weren't hiding their PDA. There has been speculation for years about how the paparazzi knew where to find the famously private couple, but we might finally have our answer. Jan Wenner owned Us Weekly at the time and opened up about getting the massive scoop in his memoir Like a Rolling Stone. According to a preview published by Page 6, he revealed exactly who gave the outlet the massive tip: Jolie herself. Wenner made it pretty clear the paparazzi snap was no coincidence, noting, "We got the photo, we got the proof, we had the worldwide scoop, the debut of Brangelina."
Dance with me.
Reality star Spencer Pratt also reportedly confirmed this account. Pratt said he was onto the now former couple prior to the big reveal, claiming in July 2021 that he knew the couple had apparently staged the whole thing. Pratt claimed on Hollywood Raw with Dax Holt and Adam Glynn that his mentor, Us Weekly editor Peter Grossman, was, as he described it, in on the setup with the pop. He was there for the magazine. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt have never officially spoken on the record about if those snaps in Kenya were staged, but plenty of industry insiders have weighed in over the years. In addition to Spencer Pratt, Ben Whitcomb, writer for the New York Times Style's No Regrets social column, dished on the images in his book, Gatecrasher: How I Helped the Rich Become Famous and Ruin the World, speculating all may not have been what it seemed. He confirmed Us Weekly's big exclusive and revealed how the photos were suddenly everywhere. He wrote that the magazine let him break the story in return for a plug, adding, "Us Weekly owned the images, which looked to me as if they had been staged by the actors, although the circumstances of the photo shoot never became known." Perhaps former editor of Us Weekly and star, Bonnie Fuller, said it best when she told the New York Times of Jolie in 2008, "She's scary smart, but smart only takes you so far. She also has an amazing knack, perhaps more than any other star, for knowing how to shape a public image."